Today we're going to be talking about kitchen staples and items you may want to consider keeping in stock in your cabinets, your pantry, in your freezer, your fridge. Items that can be your go-tos, maybe when you don't have a lot of time for dinner or you need to spice things up a little bit with seasonings. Just a few items to keep on hand in your house. So starting with some freezer items. So it's always a great idea to keep your freezer stocked with frozen veggies. Frozen veggies don't go bad, and they cook up pretty quickly. Another item, fruits. So having some frozen fruits on hand as well. If you're gonna go make a smoothie, it's an easy add-in to that. And the other thing I always like to keep on hand in the freezer is some extra protein. So maybe, we don't have to go overboard here and have months and months of frozen food filled in our fridge, but maybe I'm gonna have a couple of pounds of ground beef or a couple of packs of chicken breast, just to keep in the freezer if maybe I get to midweek and maybe I didn't really grocery shop right and low on protein. You have something in your freezer that you can pull out and have. Other things to keep on hand are some other protein sources. So making sure that you always have something like egg whites or tuna packs. Egg whites are a great go-to only because it's all protein, right? And we always encourage our nutrition clients to prioritize the protein. So if you always have egg whites on hand, that's a good staple to have. Another one are tuna packs. So tuna packs, you can just keep in your pantry. Again, if you need a quick protein without having to do a lot of preparation, tuna packs are a great way to go. The other thing we like to keep on hand is always having olive oil and vinegar. So the great thing about olive oil and vinegar is how versatile it is. So we can use it for cooking, we can use it for dressings. They have a lot of different uses. So always making sure we have olive oil, vinegar, and vinegar of your choice. We prefer apple cider vinegar, but there's also red wine vinegar, whatever your choice is. But have that in hand. You can make a nice little dressing with that. Doesn't need to be fancy. Seasonings. Some seasonings to always keep on hand. Some staples that we love to have are salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. And usually you can make something super, super tasty just with those 4 seasonings. But maybe you're I get bored of the same thing over and over again, so maybe you want to always have a thing of Italian seasoning on hand, or you always want to have a thing of chipotle powder on hand. Whatever your preference is, right? Again, food should taste good, so we don't want to be afraid of using seasonings. So make sure you're always stocked in those. One of our favorite things to keep on hand in our kitchen is making sure that we always have ground beef in the freezer and a can of or a jar of some good red sauce. And that's usually our go-to if we don't really feel like cooking dinner. We don't really have time to cook dinner, and maybe we're running low on food. We will take that beef out the morning of or the night before, and having a good jar of sauce and making a little meat sauce with it, a little meal out of that, some frozen veggies. That's usually our favorite go-to. But I hope this helps and you guys find these tips to be helpful, and enjoy. Happy shopping. Get those pantries and kitchens stocked with some good staples.